What's going on, guys? So today we're actually going to do the second test of the SHOKY Nerdcast one-on-one kind of podcast. And if you're obviously going to be unfamiliar with this format because it's new to me, it's basically me sitting down with one other nerd and just chit-chatting. But the basis of this is 5 questions. 5, because that's how you count. 5. I count to 5 with 4 fingers. I'm dumb.
How much have you had to drink?
I just sipped a beer, so that's enough. And of course, it's based off 5 questions. We each get 2, and then the audience gets 1, usually prepped ahead of time. And of course, my guest today is Mr. GunplaFan15, Mr. Nicholas Schupp down here. And he's sort of been featured on the channel before on a SHOKY Builder Showcase that is yet to be finished.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
you know why that's being held up. Because someone...
Not my fault.
No, it's not. It's someone else who has never sent me the high-res pictures of the kits. Oh, I'm starting to hear echo. You might have to switch to a headset.
Crap.
Do you have your Bluetooth headset around or no?
I do. Give me a second. I gotta go get it.
It's all good. We will wait. That's what editing is for.
Gotcha.
Look at that butt. All right, guys, we had to take a minor break there just for a second for equipment issues, but hey, we're back. Not that you guys noticed, it literally was a cut, and now he's got things hanging out of his ears. Anyways, so GunplaFan15, fairly new on the YouTubes. Not really a whole lot of anything going on there, but not new to building Gunpla. So go ahead and tell the people who don't know anything about you a little bit about you.
Well, I'm a Pisces, and I love taking long walks on the beach. No, you don't want to hear that crap.
Not in Savannah, you don't.
No. I mean, we do have beaches, but...
Yeah.
I mean, what exactly is there to know about me? I'm a Gunpla builder. That's pretty much it. I do YouTube. I don't produce as much content as I would like to, but when you work as many hours as I do, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, when you have a real job.
Yeah.
Unlike some of us.
A real job where you work 12, 13-hour days, 7 days a week. You don't really have the motivation. Like, I barely have the motivation to build when I get off work, but it's my stress relief.
Yep, exactly. Hey, I've been there. Not there anymore, thank God. But that's why I have the ability to do things like this, because we're actually filming this like in your case, it's evening. It's late afternoon for me. Because you're one of them East Coast boys.
Oh, yeah. Love the East Coast now.
Yeah.
I'm in the future.
I'm in the past.
Ooh.
This isn't going to hit you yet. No, here we go. Time travel fist.
Is that how it works?
I don't know, man.
Should it be this should have hit you already?
Yeah. YouTube time travel is magic anyways, where things are filmed in the future past, present tense all the time.
Future past. That sounds like an X-Men title.
I would have made that video if I would have recorded it in the past.
My head hurts.
Yeah, exactly. Big Bang Theory covers that pretty well. Yeah. All right. So as is kind of usual with this, we don't really do nerd news or anything like that, like a normal Nerdcast, since this is more of an interview kind of deal. And being the guest, I'm going to let him go first, and we start out with kind of a get-to-know-you kind of personal questions because, well, while we kind of know each other a little bit from hanging out here on the YouTubes and being connected by the Crow Sauna, we don't know each other that well. So this is a chance to have questions oriented towards each other to be like, what do you want to know about me and vice versa? So by all means, sir, you may have the floor. You're on camera here.
All right. First question is actually that was like a 7. You could do better than that.
I was trying to maintain, like, just keep it down.
Yeah. The first question is actually a 2-parter.
Oh, 2-parters. So you're stretching this out. We're already breaking rules right off the bat. Who brought this guy in here?
I'll leave. No, I'm just...
There. Literally, there's the door.
Yeah, right there.
Get out. Let me talk to Haley.
You know, she's right there.
I know. I saw her walk in.
I
want to ask her about you. Oh, this will be really fun if I ever introduce couples into this.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me what you know. Tell me what I need to know about him.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing. You know, I noticed, you know, you don't only just do Gunpla stuff, you do a whole wide range of things. You
Correct.
like collecting pretty much everything.
Yes.
My question is, like, what made you start collecting, and what is your favorite thing to collect?
It's a dumb question.
Hey, no, we learned in school there are no dumb questions.
Just the people who ask them.
Exactly.
Where did I start? Why did I start collecting things in general? I don't know. I mean, don't we all collect stuff like as kids? Isn't it? We just start out like usually when you're little, you have the little things. So in boys' case, probably Hot Wheels or something along those lines, right? So I guess collecting was always a thing, and we always have like a toy box or a toy chest or whatever. It's usually filled to the brim with crap. So I mean, I guess the urge to collect was always back then. But if you're asking my modern collection, so to speak,
Yeah, because like nowadays, collecting means you don't play with things; you just collect.
I play with the stuff I usually collect to a degree. I mean, you don't generally like. Of course, I have my Transformers over here, along with my Power Rangers stuff and things like that. The Power Rangers things, of course, rolled over from my childhood and buying the more modern interpretations of those things. So I guess a lot of things rolled over from childhood, so to speak. So love of Transformers from growing up, love of Power Rangers from growing up, comic books, same difference because I've really gotten back into collecting comic books again.
I never got into that.
I've got 2 weeks worth of comics to read because I only read a few from last week, but I have like way more, and then I bought more today. So it's like you got to get them weekly. If you don't, you're gonna miss them, and then you got to like struggle. Yeah. And
I mean, that's why I never got into comic books. Because like I wanted to start, but I never knew where to start at.
Well, the cool thing is like right now, for DC and Marvel, they're at a brand new start. So I'm trying to remember where the new DC universe. So DC Rebirth literally restarted the whole universe, like period. And then Dark Knight's Metal, which happened only a few months ago, rebooted the universe again to a degree. So now we got all new everything starting from there. So that was actually a very good jumping off point. And now you got a whole bunch of different stories intertwining. Either way, that's a whole new thing. But Marvel is also doing the same thing. I just picked up Iron Man #2 because it just started that out, and it's a modern, like brand new Tony Stark, but it's like one that's already existed in this world. So it's kind of cool. But I collected comic books growing up, but only like one specific type. I love Spawn.
There you go.
Yeah, because why not? I don't read any of the modern ones though. But then again, prior to doing the obvious collection behind me that I'm clearly known for, I also was a beer collector for many years. I was in the world of craft beer. Really? I still dabble, so to speak, but it was way too expensive of a lifestyle. Like having to keep up with all the new beer releases, and Houston or Texas in general in the last 5 years has been booming craft beer wise because the laws finally got altered to the point that craft breweries could really do their thing, or microbreweries. They're not really micro anymore.
Yeah.
But actually, I still have a few bottles over there. But at one point, I had over 700. I could have opened my own minor beer store. I was into trading, just like people do with anything else. You collect it, you sell it, or you trade it, basically. And I got to a point that I knew I wasn't going to drink it all. Because literally there's no way. I even told us like I could drink 10 bottles a day and then not finish this probably by the end of the year. Actually, yeah, I probably could have. But
challenge accepted.
Yeah, no. Yeah, if I had nothing better to do but drink huge bottles of beer, most of which over 10% alcohol, weren't gonna.
Damn.
Yeah. Truth be told, actually, one of the first videos, I say first, when my YouTube channel was in its infancy, when it was just a place for me to upload some dumb videos, there was a chugging challenge issued by our beer group. And to win said challenge, I actually chugged the second most potent beer in the world at that time, which was 32% alcohol.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was drunk for 9 hours.
Like how much beer was it?
About 12 to 14 ounces.
Dear God.
And it was gross. It's one of the worst beers on the planet. It's called Tactical.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it has a great title. The name is Tactical Nuclear Penguin. And like it comes wrapped in a brown paper bag with a nice rope tie at the top, and actually has what looks like it's drawn in Sharpie, but obviously it's printed. But it's actually got a penguin hand drawn on the bag. It's kind of funny. It's out of Brewdog, which is from Ireland. But they were going back and forth for many years with the most potent beers. So there was somebody. It was a German brewery, and that set it at about 26 or so. And then they said, okay, we can beat that. And they did Tactical Nuclear Penguin, bumped it up to 32. And then they came back with something else. I don't even know what it was called. And said, okay, well, we're going to top that again. And they came up with one called Sink the Bismarck. And that one was actually phenomenal. That was like a good sipping whiskey, is what it kind of tasted like. So a buddy of mine, we split that one. But anyway, that was my collecting then. So as an adult, you think my collection was weird now with all the plastic things behind me? Imagine when it was all glass things. Because with beer comes glassware, and I still have an extensive glassware collection that I whittled down to the things that I want to absolutely keep. But I got rid of 3 cases of just beer glasses a couple months ago. So, yeah. Oh, and then I have my Xbox collection over here.
There you go.
Because of Halo.
Hey, I used to collect Sobe bottles back when they were glass bottles.
I totally get that. It's like I get that. I collected the Jones Sodas bottles whenever it first came back out, and like they had like the veritable rainbow, and but we collected those for a slightly different reason. First reason was it looked cool. Second was more destructive in nature. I just won't give anybody any ideas. But late teen hijinks, as it were, is it when we got done delivering pizza, we held onto the bottles for some fun. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So basically, was there a second part to that, or was that you meant that as two parts?
What was your favorite thing to collect?
Like in general, or a single object?
Like in general. I mean, you get your Transformers, Power Rangers, Gunpla. I mean, all the stuff you collect. What's your favorite thing?
What's my favorite type of thing to collect? I don't know. It seems I collect debt more than anything. But I guess I would say favorite, honestly, is probably my Nintendo figures. Like that world. They're not amiibos, but my world of Nintendo figures, the ones that I've got my whole wall up here, and then I've got my 4-inchers over here, all standing around the Nintendo castle. They look like amiibos, but they're not. They're actually little action figures. While the Gunpla is fun, that's more of a hobby. It's a hobby. It's a hobby turned collection, you know.
Yeah.
So, whereas the Nintendo figures are they're a collection, but they're also toys. You can play with them, you know. And I really actually enjoyed doing those reviews. If you go back and watch I think it was my Star Power Mario review. I actually went through and I made it because I had all the power ups to go with them, and I finally had standard Mario. Actually, I think it's the regular Mario. And I actually made it to where you touch the power up to him, and then he blip, 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 and turns into that power up for a second, and then powers down. So I had way more fun doing that video than my Gunpla reviews and stuff like that. So that's why I say it's more fun for me, and my favorite thing to do is play with my Nintendo figures. But they're a huge pain in the ass to find because there's no distribution for them down here anymore. Really? With Toys R Us was the main way to get them, both in the 2.5 and exactly, and the 4-inch line. GameStop picked up some of the slack and is getting the 4-inch line, but not the 2.5-inch line. Walmart and Target dropped them entirely. So that leaves GameStop and Walgreens as the only place to even get them. That's not online. and Walgreens has their own specific waves. Like they have their own ones that they do that don't come out elsewise, which I'm appreciative of, and they do actually hit here. Those are the only ones that do. But I think that's my most favorite thing to collect right now, honestly. I mean, the Pokemon Mega Blocks are a lot of fun. Because that's a lot of fun to put together than pose and stuff like that. But you don't really do anything with it after the fact. Like, I got my display more or less right here, but I don't know. So, I mean, this is where I'd be tempted.
Okay. All right. Haley's got to go.
Okay. Bye, Haley.
He says bye.
Okay, so let's just go with more recent occurrences to you, I guess. All right. All right, so you very recently, as of the last couple of days, had a big issue with airplanes being delayed to the point that you needed to go pick up your girlfriend's child, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been there before, so not that situation, I mean, though that almost. On your end, like how does it feel, like the kind of stepdad-ish nature, or do you really not have that? And is there any is there anything like you want to like, or do you influence onto her son, I should say, like your nerdery and stuff like that you do, your hobbies?
Oh yes.
Okay, well, please elaborate, because I've been there, but I've been there before, so I'm asking you.
Okay, so you asking about like the plane issue first, or
no? I was bringing that up as the segue into asking about being a stepdad situation and influencing said child with your hobbies and likes and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, when I first came into his life, he was, I think, 4. He's 7 now, so yeah. So I've been with him for the past 4 years or so.
Nice.
And when kids are that young, they see everything around them. They see what other people like, and they kind of like soak it in.
Yeah.
So,
quiet phone.
What was that?
That's my phone. I forgot to turn off notifications. I did that yesterday too. I was getting, you guys were chatting, and my phone was going off. Well, I'm gonna turn your volume up just a little bit there. Okay, continue.
All right. Yeah. So he didn't really like he loved Mickey Mouse and Thomas the Tank Engine and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then he saw me really into Star Wars. Star Wars is my favorite thing. So
very nice.
He kind of got a lot more into that because he saw that I liked it. So I guess he thought I should like it too. Yeah. I'm not saying I forced it on him, but I watched a lot of Star Wars. I played a lot of the music, and like he knows the Star Wars main theme. He knows Darth Vader's theme whenever that comes on.
Imperial March.
Oh, he's like Star Wars, Star Wars. I'm like, who's that? Darth Vader. Great, cool.
Nice.
Like he plays with a lot of the toys. We've got him quite a bit of Star Wars toys.
Nice. Like the kids Star Wars stuff, or like the good stuff, like Marvel Legends and things like that.
The kids Star Wars stuff.
Okay, so like the Imaginext kind of, or the too young, because there's some cool Imaginext. There's some cool Imaginext figures and stuff like that for different properties if you've never looked into it.
And we've gotten him some action figures and like a collectible or two.
Nice.
I've tried to teach him. It's a collectible. You can play with it, but be gentle with it.
Yeah, don't break it now.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Like actually, for Christmas, his grandma got him one of those Darth Vader figurines. It's like about that big, and it has a lightsaber and it's interactive.
Oh yeah, I remember
lightsaber around.
I remember that.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of similar to the Yoda one that came out a few years ago. Too,
yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Kind of like the motion voice acted.
Yeah, something like that. Like you can do lightsaber training by swinging his thing around.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really cool. He had it for 2 days, and then he didn't break it. The damn cat knocked it over and broke the lightsaber off. So I had to glue that back together.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't destroyed. It just broke a little bit.
No. It just broke a little bit.
It was an epic destruction. It's like It only took a cat to take down Darth Vader. Someone should have given him to the rebel.
Yeah, and I was pissed off because like, damn it, I wanted to play with that too. But he's also big into I don't know who got him into it, but he was big into Iron Man for a while. Like we had his room decorated all in Iron Man stuff, and now he's into Flash. That's because of me. Flash.
Dude, I know you're not into comics and stuff, but the current stuff going on in the Flash comics is awesome.
Really?
The Flash War. Because Wally West, like original Wally West, is finally back. So now you've got Barry Allen, you've got original Wally West, you've got new Wally West, like the black one. And then, of course, all adjacent speedsters to that. But I'm not going to go in too depth into it, but Wally is the only one who sort of remembers things the way they were. And he keeps catching glimpses of the old universe and old life and all the people who are missing and things like that. And it was driving him crazy. So it's pretty cool. So what happens when you mess with the timeline?
Yeah, kind of like Flashpoint.
Everything is still they still reference Flashpoint as being why everything is so screwed up. So I mean, they still go back to the fact that Barry screwed up everything by creating the Flashpoint universe. So they've been playing with that ever since. Sorry, I'm texting the wifey to let her know we're recording.
That's okay.
That way she doesn't call me at 5:07 like she normally does. So you influenced the Flash love on him? That sounds weird.
Yeah.
You instilled the love of Flash. Is that now? Is it TV show Flash or just Flash in general?
TV show Flash and Flash in general. Like he watched Young Justice with me.
Heck yeah. Season 3 is coming.
Yeah, I know, but it's only coming to DC Universe streaming service.
I know. I'm not happy about that. But then again, so is also that god-awful Titans show that's coming out.
Yeah. I like how it's darker and they can do whatever they want, but at the same time, not what the Teen Titans were.
Too many liberties.
Yeah.
Like Dick Grayson as a cop who picks up the Robin badge again, so to speak, and starts killing people? What? No. I don't like this.
Like he's not Damian Wayne. He doesn't kill people.
Yeah, it is like he's channeling Damian.
So,
but yeah.
And
cool.
As far as Teen Titans goes, he's into that Teen Titans Go.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
No. God.
No.
Teen Titans, no.
Yeah. Watch the original Teen Titans.
I was having that discussion with other Nick yesterday, actually, about Teen Titans Go versus original Teen Titans. And I'm like, I actually kind of hate that they're using the same voice actors. It's like after doing at least 2 or 3 seasons of a real cartoon, and now they're doing 6 or something of Teen Titans Go plus a terrible movie. It's like, how do you feel the same? Like, is that just a contract locking you down into that performance, or are you okay with really dumbing down a character that you had developed?
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, there's no story or anything to these episodes.
No, it's just it hurts. As a fan, it hurts. You know.
Yeah.
But no, that's cool though, because whenever I was in a stepdad position there for a little while, and yeah, a lot of the things I enjoyed were instilled upon the young one as well. We got into Minecraft together. That was a lot of fun, and actually because she was watching
that right now.
Yeah, I know. Remember, that's why it was funny. That's what made me think of it. And actually, she surpassed me in building skill.
Apparently now he doesn't want to play Minecraft anymore. He wants to play the Super Nintendo that we got.
Well, why not?
Okay. He likes playing Mario.
I want to. Dude, I missed out on the Super Nintendo, whatever, Classic. SNES Classic. Yeah, I missed out on that. And then I missed out on the NES Classic being re-released.
So, I didn't even know they re-released it.
Yeah, a month ago.
Oh.
In larger numbers, of course, but then I think it was still about $90 or something like that. It's like, you need to drop that price to like 60. Let's be real here. There's not enough games to justify that.
I mean, the SNES Classic was only 60.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. I guess maybe the scalpers. But yeah, I know if I got either one of those, the wifey would definitely be all over that.
Oh yeah, and I realized playing that games back in the day were a lot harder because really all it was just jumping, but
side-scrolling jumping.
Yeah, side-scrolling jumping, but I guess today we're so used to whole 360 view and more in-depth controls instead of just simplified stuff.
Now you say that. Have you tried to play GoldenEye on 64 recently?
Not recently.
It is hard. It is hard as hell. Like in a modern day age of dual joysticks that we've had for well over a decade now, going back to a mono joystick makes no sense.
Nope.
Friends and I bought and hooked up a 64 and tried to play GoldenEye. We were so bad. Like it was timing out before we were getting kills.
Yeah, like nowadays I look at an N64 controller and I think I don't even remember how to use this thing.
Yeah, we had the same problem. But the thing is like for other types of games, Mario, Star Fox, things like that, the single joystick made sense. But we literally couldn't figure out. We played with the controls or played with the settings and stuff. We're like, I can't get kills with this. Like, oh my god! Like, it's like, can we? Obviously, I think when they get to the 64, which should be next in the classics line, it's going to have to be on there. But they're going to have to give us like a dual joystick GoldenEye. She has returned.
Can't figure it out.
Go do it. Go do
it.
Back. All good. Technological problems. All good.
All right.
Look at that ass. I'm just gonna sit here and talk to myself. So, me, how was that thing that you did the other day? Oh, that was great, me. Oh, that's fun.
What's that?
Apparently, Larry Nassar was attacked in prison.
Who's that?
That doctor who was raping all the gymnasts and stuff for years. You not know about that guy?
Nope.
How did you not hear about that? That was all over the news back in like around the Olympic time, because they were all like Olympic gymnasts and stuff, and he had been working with all of them for decades, and he was, well, maybe not flat out raping, but he was definitely molesting them from like a young age.
Damn.
Yeah, no, he got busted.
The only news I got from the Olympics was the North Koreans had their tower and a few levels, and they draped the Korean flag down.
Yeah. But no, that was a huge fucking story. He's in jail, obviously, because he's on trial. 100. He's got more victims than Bill Cosby, and that's saying something.
Damn.
That's who I was referencing this morning when I said that the only person who liked to touch underage half-naked girls more is Larry Nassar. Whenever I said that about Dennis this morning, that's what I was talking about. So I'm guessing nobody knew what the hell I was talking about in the chat. Okay.
Nobody watches the news.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I told her the wrong HDMI.
Yeah, you said 3.
Yeah, it was 2. Felt like a dumbass.
Nice. Okay. So now we're going to move on to just kind of topics, like just some kind of random damn question. Kind of to do with your nerdery or whatever, but it's either get that person's opinion on said thing or it's just a topic for us to talk about. Now, I came up with this one for somebody else, but it sounds like a fun one.
Okay.
Well, I got one. Well, I have literally a few written down here. Let's see here. How about a Batman question? You okay with Batman or no?
I guess. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about Batman other than
movie-wise, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Batman?
Yes.
Get Batman movies. Okay, fine. We'll skip that one. There's like a very in-depth question. This is like big questions from like the thing. You know, where I said everybody give me some questions.
Mm.
Okay.
I read some of those comments.
Yeah, I've read down a few of them. But like I said, this is kind of a practice go. All right, this one's kind of fun, so we'll just go with this. And we can both sort of go after this one, or you can just give me the answers you want to give. All right. So because we don't just like one thing, right? We're like multiple types of nerderies and different universes and such like that, as is represented behind you right there.
And behind you. So.
It's like only Gundam. Realistically, right here, it's nothing but Gundam. You can't see anything else. Maybe it's Star Wars. But this is one I came up with. All right. So if you can make an amalgam universe of up to 3 of your different fandoms, you know what amalgams are, right? Amalgamations. Nope. Okay. So you can combine different universes together and said characters together to create new, right? Mm-hmm. So take up to 3 universes of the things that you like and give me 2 characters that you can amalgamate. I know it's going to take a minute.
So like characters out of the 3 universes?
No, take so like you're smashing 3 universes together, people are crossing over. So in the case when DC and Marvel crossed over, you got people like Dark Claw, which was Batman and Wolverine. Or you got other universes where it's Captain America and Superman together. I forgot what it's called. But that's kind of the idea. So you've got like all different fandoms and stuff that you like, different series and things like that. Kind of smush them together and come up with like 2 characters that are a combination of whatever you want. Because I know you like Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Flash. You obviously like Gundam. You like Doctor Who. So you could pick some characters and like smush them together and come up with something. There's obviously a thing where we would cut for time's sake, but it's just this is one of those questions that should probably be preloaded, like give you time to like throw that one at you ahead of time. But
I say like this is the perfect question to ask when you're drunk or you're high.
No, it's not.
It's like, dude.
You'd be like, dude.
Yeah. Well, I'll see. As far as 3 universes go,
I said up to 3. You don't have to do 3. So you got to have a minimum of 2 because you have to have 2 things smushed together. But if you really wanted to go there and throw in a 3rd thing, you'd be like, oh, this person totally needs this from this universe, kind of thing.
Okay, let's see.
Because you know the build that I'm doing, the custom local type, that's a mashup of a Gundam and Optimus. So that would be considered an amalgamation.
Okay.
Crossover. Crossover is a good word. How about that?
There you go.
And you can go anywhere with it. Anything that you've ever loved and stuff like that. So go ahead. Give me some shit.
Let's see. Well, I'm gonna say like the main universe where everything would take place in would probably be the Star Wars universe.
Okay, so a galaxy far, far away is where we're gonna start.
Yes.
Okay.
And in that universe, you'll also have Power Rangers.
Okay.
Because Power Rangers, you know, is kind of like Star Wars, where they have multiple aliens and races.
Oh yeah.
So
they have a
massive. Kind of makes sense.
They have a massive expanded universe.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So we got Star Wars and Power Rangers crossing over. Now, mind you, it doesn't have to be like the Power Rangers fell into the Star Wars universe. It's like that there is a Power Rangers thing in said universe.
Oh, yeah.
How it is applied that way. So I'm guessing you're going to go somewhere with a Jedi Green Ranger.
No, actually, I was thinking like a mashup of Darth Vader and Lord Zed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go for a 3rd, or you want to just leave it at those 2? Because that's actually interesting.
I think I'm going to leave it at those 2.
Okay.
But so, you said like another character.
Yeah, give me a couple characters and try to describe them just so we have a good visual aspect here. This is where I would need like a side artist to be like make this shit happen on screen for us.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Given enough time, I could definitely give it to. I could definitely give it to somebody who could do it. But I like it. Lord Zed and Vader. Darth
Yeah.
Zed.
Yes. Because they're both. I mean, is Lord Zed like? Is he wearing a mask, or is that just his face?
Technically, I think it's a mask because you can sort of see his face behind the visor.
Hmm.
But it's like an exoskeleton for him. So he's got an endoskeleton and an exoskeleton, or else he would fall apart. But he just has no skin. So that's his only protection on the outside. Which, by the way, I saw an amazing Zed cosplay online this morning from San Diego. But yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, so I mean, while you're thinking, you want to try to make that character happen, like figure out what he would be and do. Like this is literally like little kid stuff. I'm gonna totally do Vader.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, he's already got the breathing apparatus. Like to me, you can't have Vader without the cape, so he's gonna have a cape. Okay. And his lightsaber can be.
Remember? Zed had a cape when he first. I think he had a cape at one point. I swear to God, he had a cape, like very briefly.
I don't know.
Okay, anyways, go ahead. Just gotta have his cape.
Gotta have the cape. His lightsaber will be the Zed staff, but really only like the Z part at the top, and maybe a little bit below is gonna ignite. So
it's gonna be it. So instead of it coming out as a beam, it'll like more or less almost like a beam, like a heat hawk situation for Ozaku.
Sort of, yeah.
I mean, you can make the Z staff a little smaller and totally do it. What about instead of Vader? What if you did Darth Maul? I mean, this is your thing, but
yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna go with Vader. Go ahead. It's fine.
I'm still more Vader.
That's fine.
I like the reason I chose those two is because they're both similar, as in both have breathing apparatuses on. They're both in protective armor. So
both have kind of only a little bit of skin.
Yeah. Too soon.
Both look like burn victims. We don't need that camera for anything.
Nope. Hit the charger cord. I don't know. Like I can see them head, but I don't know how to describe it. As far as like I don't know. Go with a secondary character now.
Yeah. I just like the idea there because that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
You could either go Zed with some Vader aspects or Vader with Zed aspects.
I would go Zed with Vader aspects.
Okay. But he can use the Force, clearly.
Yes.
Now, whose voice does he get?
Oh. Okay, no.
Because they're both so good.
No. Okay. He will get the actual voice of James Earl Jones, but the
doing Zed
the style of Zed, because you know how Zed's like really projects himself and he
gargles a little.
Yeah, with the laughs and everything. So I don't know.
Yeah,
mush those together.
He doesn't have the chill of Vader, so that's actually kind of cool. Having Zed's personality with James Earl Jones' voice coming through, that'd be a lot of fun.
Would be fun.
I'm liking this.
Yeah, but we need to send this to Jason David Frank. Make it happen.
Maybe. But how about, how he has the thing that comes up, like the single spine? Doesn't it have a Z at the top, too? Off of his helmet?
I believe so.
Now, imagine that, but then he's got the Vader helmet behind it.
There you go.
Like it could be black chrome instead of going full black.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, I like this. We could totally design this. Like this is like just flat out nerd out session here. Like, it would take a lot longer probably than we actually have. But if you come up with more shit for it, like seriously, come up with more shit for it and get back to me, because I think it'd be worth adding to this, because I could totally give it to Ryan Liu, and I bet he can make it happen.
Oh yeah, I think you could just give him just these basic things, and he could probably run with that.
Okay, so if you got Vader and Zed, so now you need somebody on the other side, right?
I'm gonna give Green Ranger Tommy.
Yeah.
Someone from the Star Wars universe. Mash.
That's on the light side.
Yeah.
I mean, the natural inclination would be to give it to Luke, but that's maybe too cliche.
Yeah. Is it weird that my first thought was actually General Akbar?
Yes. Because all he would do is yell, "It's a trap." And his helmet would actually have to have the bug eyes around. You'd have to have the big, or well, fish eyes, not bug eyes, but he would actually have to have bulges for that.
Yeah.
Now he could be an Aquitar Ranger.
There you go.
Be one of the literally one of the alien rangers. I was thinking like
I don't know.
if you didn't go cliche Luke, Han would be a fun Green Ranger.
There you go.
I'm just saying. It doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah.
Well, does he summon a Chewie Zord?
No.
Rides
no.
in a battle on a giant Wookiee?
No, but like his will be like obviously a mashup of the Green Ranger, the Dragon Zord, and some version of an X-wing fighter.
Okay, that's not too hard. Wouldn't be huge, but it would definitely be doable.
Yeah.
So there's
of course.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
And then of course Lord Zed's he's got Serpentera.
I was thinking, I'm thinking TIE Fighter, but instead of the normal wings, they're big Z's. Maybe that's just where my mind went. Or he can have a Z-wing. He just have his own fucking thing.
There you go.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna make my own thing. Serpentera, though, that would be interesting. It'd be that's huge, big bastard. Yeah. Star Wars-ized Serpentera. What would that? That'd be an interesting look. Okay, but was it green? Was it Luke as the Green Ranger though? Did we decide that? Is that just too?
Well, really, like if you want to go cliche, Luke would be the White Ranger.
True. Or would he be the Green? Or would he be the Gray Ranger? If we're going,
I don't know.
Oh no, it doesn't have to be a Skywalker. It doesn't have. It's just somebody on the Jedi side. Who? Obi-Wan, young Obi-Wan as a Green Ranger.
No. Mace Windu as Green Ranger.
He'd be the Purple Ranger.
Yes.
Although the purple lightsaber would look great against the green uniform.
There you go.
With the gold, everything.
This gotta say motherfucker a few times.
Mace Windu as the Green Ranger against Lord Vader, or no, that's easy. Vader Zed. Invader Zed.
There you go.
This just went really weird. Now we're really crossing shit over. Oh my god. Power Rangers Star Wars would be a fun amalgamation.
It would. I mean, they could technically take place in the same universe.
Yeah, because I mean, imagine the Jedi Order is the Power Rangers in general, and so they were the widespread guardians of everything.
Yeah.
Until the Stark Force rises up, wipes out most of them, and they have to rebuild from the ground up with whatever Rangers they can find. That'd be fun.
Someone's gonna make a movie out of this.
Yeah, somebody better. Where's Patton Oswalt? We need him to do a tirade on this. Actually, because obviously you're not reading the Power Rangers comics, there's some really good shit going on with Shattered Grid, where they are playing with every Power Rangers universe. Like, if it's ever existed in Power Rangers history, it's now its own separate universe, because the timeline was now broken, and instead of being all events along a single timeline, they're all now their own pocket universes.
Okay, so is it done in a better way than like Super Megaforce did it?
Yes, not the way Super Megaforce did. Although Super Megaforce did acknowledge that all Power Rangers timelines had happened all in the same timeline. This even acknowledges that at some point all of that happened. So just going into it just real quick, a evil version of Tommy, so a Tommy that never converted over to be with the Power Rangers. It was Lord Draken, yeah. It should be Draken, but it's Draken. 2Ks. Right now, the cool thing is where it's the crossover part, he's stealing morphers from other Rangers to gain more power, but he's hacked the morphing grid, so he can actually graft other people's powers onto his own. That's why he's got his own Black Dragon powers, because he took the White Ranger powers from one universe, grafted it into his Green Ranger powers. So that's where his original suit came from. But then right after that, he stole the Red Ranger powers from Samurai. So he grafted that on, and it changed his outfit, made it look a little bit more like the samurai armor. And then after that, he added Zeo to it.
I love Zeo.
So like now his current look is sick, and he's just stole some more powers to add on to his. And like he's getting to what he's trying to do, no spoilers really, is he's trying to break into the morphing grid itself. So now they've actually reached out to all remaining Rangers because he's killed dozens and taken others and started grafting their powers onto his own armies. So now you have armies of Blue Rangers, armies of whatever from different universes. And you got a badass version of Kimberly who's called the Ranger Slayer. So
really?
Yes, the Ranger Slayer is so badass. She even has her own custom Zord made of the remnants of the Thunder Zords. So imagine a Tiger Zord base. I can send you the pictures, but the I forgot what it's called. The not casket Zord, something like that. It's like basically like death. The Death Zord, basically. So badass. Like, if you ever wanted to try to make your own custom Thunder Megazord out of what was originally there, I think it took the Zord Builder thing to a whole new degree. So that's what they did. But if you look it up, it is one of the sickest looking Zords. It would have made a much better Thunder Ultra Zord than what we actually got.
Yeah, the one question I always had about Power Rangers, just going off on a little tangent here.
No, you're fine. Tangents are what we're here for.
Like, whatever happened to their Zeo powers, the Zeo Crystal?
The Zeo Crystal was taken back by the Gold Ranger into space because it was becoming too powerful. Because the Zeo Crystal continually draws in power and gets stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
So realistically, if they kept their powers, they would have just kept getting stronger, but they wouldn't have been able, because they were forcing the Zeo powers through the morphing grid to become Zeo Rangers. It would have become too strong for the morphing grid to handle.
Okay, and when did that happen? Because
that's the very end of the series. I didn't see that. They basically gave up the Zeo powers, and then they rolled into, they got attacked, and then it rolled into Turbo.
Well, say like if you go by the Turbo movie, like it shows at least Cat trying to turn into Zeo Ranger 1.
Yeah, it didn't happen. But I think that's what they did. They had to give up powers because they were getting too strong. Because that was the ultimate thing.
Yeah.
Zeo Crystal was continually getting stronger.
Yeah, I mean it's the powerful thing in the universe. My thing, like, why didn't they just stay in it?
Yeah,
then you could defeat everything that comes your way.
Because they couldn't. But the thing is, technically speaking, the Zeo Zords were left unharmed in their hangar.
Yeah.
So the command center was destroyed, but the hangar went below the command center. But here's the other the saddest thing you can really think of: the Dragon Zord is just forever at the bottom of the ocean because no one can summon it. No one can summon it again.
Isn't that the same thing with Titanus?
Yeah, but Titanus technically got evolved in space. Was it to Silver Titanus, which was garbage? I don't think you ever saw it in the series, but the toy happened. And it was converted more into a spaceship. But no, Titanus was technically like a god beast. He was never really a Zord, so he could just do whatever he wanted.
Wasn't there also like a little turtle that
was Tor? That was Tor the Shuttle Zord. That was the carrier Zord for what I was just talking about, Thunder Megazord. So that was their impenetrable fortress that they could go into. Technically, Tor also just sort of disappeared because the Thunder Zords were destroyed. Obviously, we saw that. That's how they ended up getting the ninja powers. So, it is what it is. And then the Ninja Zords got destroyed, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think so.
I think so, yeah. But like according to the series, like the ninja powers are still there.
Yeah, the ninja powers are still out there somewhere. They could still technically use them. But actually, they brought Ninjor into the comics because Draken kidnapped him because he could fashion new powers. So he was the one who figured out how to graft more powers onto him, which is pretty cool. He actually, because at one point they managed to destroy his morpher and his coin. So he hunts down Ninjor from an alternate timeline, gets him to fix it, and he's like, "Oh, this is interesting. Somebody actually made your." Combine these two powers to do this. That's pretty cool. And then he kidnaps him, brainwashes him, and he's like increases his armies like tenfold, because every morpher can access the morphing grid, but in a different way. So whatever that frequency or whatever it is, they have to figure out how to hack it, figure out how to broadcast it to as many troops as they want, which is what they're doing. And then also him figuring out how to graft them onto himself and let his body actually handle that much power coming in. So, but whenever he did the Zeo universe, we're like, oh no, he didn't. That mother. Because one thing he hates is good versions of himself.
Yeah.
So far, he's killed at least 2 good Tommies, including the Green Ranger one.
Has he gotten to the Dino universe yet? Like Dino Charge?
They've been there, yeah. They didn't spend a lot of time there, but they've been around. They've literally gone to every universe. So the last issue, they finally got a way to call to every universe with their multidimensional transporter and gave everybody the coordinates to come help them for the kind of final raid. So they found where all of the kidnapped Rangers were being kept, and they found out how he was broadcasting the powers to everybody and how to stop. The other thing he had was the Black Dragon, because he converted the Dragon Zord into his own new robot, called it the Black Dragon. And he could make it grow and shrink, so it could walk around at like Goldar size. And then when he needed to go into battle, he went to full Zord size. But he would remote control it and talk through it. But he had the Black Dragon cannon, which would disrupt the connection of any Ranger to the morphin grid and demorph them. So he's using that as a mass weapon in every universe, and just literally attacking the whole battlefield with Black Dragon cannons, demorphing all the Rangers, beating them down, and kidnapping them.
Now, why has no other bad guy thought of that?
Because none of the other ones have stuck around that long to stay bad guys. So, all right. So now we're done with that. Kind of. That was a good tangent, though.
Oh yeah.
But Power Ranger Star Wars, I wouldn't mind seeing that. Wait, who would be Zordon in that universe?
I don't know. Is Zordon still around? Because technically Zordon's not around anymore after in space.
If you're going with MMPR version, which you got Zed and you've got Green Ranger, you've got to have Zordon. So it would have to be like Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda.
Which would be the hardest Zordon to understand when he's trying to explain stuff to you. Which comic book Zordon is actually pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I like comic book Zordon. All right, so now it's your turn to ask me something of some sort.
Well, hell.
Exactly. You already forgot what you were gonna ask, didn't you?
No, I have it written down, but I mean, I don't know if like you want a more personal question.
No, it doesn't have to be personal. This is a general kind of question. I came up with that one just because we're all nerds, and I know that some people just be like, "Oh, what would happen if we smash these two things together?"
All right.
So I mean, it can be anything. It can be more. It can be more about me if you want, but I want more like general topic, like so that we bullshit about more or less.
Okay.
But if it's a question that can start out in, then go ahead.
I can ask this question, and if it's not good enough, I can come up with something else.
Okay. This is all trial basis, anyways.
Yeah. You know, like nowadays, like collectors are always asking for this toy or this toy that came out years ago.
Okay.
Is there a toy or a collectible that you once had from your childhood that you still wish you had today? I have some.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all kind of have that, like the one that got away. Yeah. Basically, is what you're going for. Should we also like throw in like toys we never got but we'd love to have?
Sure.
Okay, because we could both. Because this is a question that doesn't have to be just for me, but you know, I think something that got away that I would love to have. Now, I am sad that a couple years ago, because I needed money, I sold off my old deluxe Megazords. Like the only one I've got. What do I have left now? I definitely have my Thunder Megazord, like my original Thunder Zord Assault Team, stuff like that. But now that I'm doing this was before I started YouTubing. But now doing this, what I do, I wish I still had them all. My buddy David still has my Turbo Megazord and said I could review it if I want. Got no problem with that. I wish I had the whole Zeo collection. So I wish I had my Zeo Megazord and all that stuff still. Even Pyramidas. I loved Pyramidas. So I would love to have all those back, but like it's like I don't want like to replace them. I want mine back. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because I kept my shit in good shape, man. My stuff was kept in box. Like I displayed them or played with them for a while. And of course, if my friends who also had the Power Ranger stuff came over, we definitely play. Because in some cases, like I had the Falcon Zord, but I didn't have the Ninja Megazord. But my best friend had the Ninja Megazord, and then I had the Shogun Megazord. So you know we could have a lot of crossplay there because of that. I do wish I had an original Ninja Megazord, though. I will say that I have the Legacy and I love it, but I still would love the original. But God, people want a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's like. What else got away from me that I would love to have? There's a few things. Some of my old G.I. Joe toys. Like I had some pretty cool G.I. Joe stuff growing up. Like the good like late 80s G.I. Joe stuff. And honestly, like other than them falling apart, I don't know whatever happened to them. Like I had that big one that was like a huge helicopter that had two blades, and then it had like two smaller jets that would come off of it. I don't even know what it's called anymore. I did see one at the Lost Toys in Dallas. One was open, one was not. And I'm like, I'm not paying for that. Fuck that. But like, I love that thing. That was so much fun. It was huge. Like, I mean, it had
the big aircraft carrier.
No, I never had that. They did have one at the Lost Toys. They also had a couple of the other giant play sets. But the aircraft carrier was like old Joe, though. That was like 70s G.I. Joe. Like, but those things are massive, dude. Like, there's nowhere to put that. Like, could you imagine a kid trying to play with that in a tub? Like, it is the bathtub. Like, I'm playing outside the tub with my giant aircraft carrier in the tub, which probably doesn't float, to be honest. But that would be the fun of it. What else did I get rid of? I gotta think, because I mean, there's old Transformers I definitely wish I still had. I don't know why the hell I ever got rid of them, to be honest. I didn't have a giant like G1 collection, but I had a few. I had an old school Lion-O that I got rid of. He had Sword of Omens and everything. I think the main reason I got rid of him is because I lost the Sword of Omens. And I looked for it for years. Like, whenever I was cleaning my room or whatever, cleaning out my closet, I dug everything. I was like, it has to be here somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So my Sword of Omen disappeared, and it just made Lion-O pointless. And it's not like you could just hop on eBay and grab one from somewhere to replace it, you know?
Yeah.
We're talking about like the 90s. There was nothing like that, unfortunately. Kids these days, they don't understand.
I know with me, there's a few things. The one that comes to mind, I had back in the 90s when they made a new version of the Millennium Falcon, like the real big one where you could take the top off and play with the figurines on the inside.
Yeah, it was a playset. Yeah.
Yeah, it lit up, made sounds, everything.
Yeah, I remember those.
Oh yeah. I had that, and I know nowadays if it was a mint condition, it'd be worth a pretty penny.
Oh yeah.
Right.
They remember the one. They had the one from the 70s. They had the toy, but then they also had the one. I know they had the Darth Vader thing that was just the clamshell thing for your figures, for like your 3 3/4 figures. But I think they had one like that for the Falcon as well.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think they.
I know. I also had like a Death Star fold out.
Oh, you lucky bitch.
Yeah. I mean, it only came out to like maybe about that big.
But still.
But like, yeah, it was cool. It had different levels. It even had Darth Vader's little chamber you could open and close.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, was it scaled for like the little figures, or did it have its own thing?
It was scaled for little figures that it came with.
Okay, so it wasn't like a 3 3/4 playset. Yeah, that would have been big. I mean, they would obviously have to fake it for that, but that would have been fun.
Like the figures were like Mighty Max size.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I miss Mighty Max.
The playset was huge.
Yeah, Mighty Max toys are fun. Let's be honest here. I had a few.
I never got one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was lucky enough. I love that series. I had a few of the toys.
I had an original TIE fighter where the damn wings were like that big.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know what's weird? Bringing up old Star Wars toys. Growing up, obviously, nowadays kids have no idea what a photo album actually is. It's just that thing on Facebook, right? No, we literally had books. You usually had about a dozen books of pictures that your mom has had since before you were born. So it was one of my family's albums, right? And going through it, and there's like me as a kid and stuff like that, and there's me getting my first dog. Awesome. Him as a little puppy and stuff like that, and running around the kitchen. Flip the next page. There's our living room. What's clearly our living room, because I can see the fireplace and hearth and stuff like that. That had a very big, like that kind of wraparound brick that you could sit on, that kind of situation. And there's a kid on Christmas morning with the old school AT-AT. Like the big one, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not me. Who is this kid, and why did he get an AT-AT and I didn't? Like, I don't have no idea.
And why is he in my photo album?
Like, no context. My parents have never answered me who that was and where that picture was taken. Because it's not me. It is another little blonde kid, but it's clearly not me. And it doesn't look like one of my siblings either, because they wouldn't have grown up in our house because they're way older. They were already long gone. So I'm like, who is this kid? Like, it had to have been maybe a cousin or something, but why is it in our house? Like, that blew my mind. I'm like, and it was clearly Christmas morning in the photos. And I never had this thing. And like, we only lived in that house until I was about 5 or 6. So there was only like, when you're that young, you only really remember back about 3 years. But this kid looked to be my age, like 5 or 6. And that was the 80s, so that would have been Empire time roundabout, or Jedi. Yeah. So I had no context for that whatsoever. I never owned it, never saw that toy in my life. I'm like, who is this kid? Why did he get it and why didn't I? I was
Could have been a neighbor kid that they had over.
Maybe at some point, but like, I don't know, because we didn't live in that house that long, from what I remember. Like, they didn't have it for that many years before I was born. So no context. Makes no sense. It was a random picture mixed in with all our holiday pictures and stuff like that. I bet if I go through my mom's old albums, I bet I can find that picture again. It's still nobody will have a clue who the fuck that kid is.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't around, my parents didn't give a shit about Star Wars, so
yeah,
they were too old for that.
There's one collectible that I still have. I remember for one Christmas as a stocking stuffer, I got this round tin that had Luke Skywalker and Yoda back when Luke was training with Yoda on Dagobah.
Yeah.
And on the inside of it were actual not foil, metallic trading cards that actual folded metal.
Really?
And, oh yeah, and they were raised, and you could feel everything.
Yeah.
It's back out there, but
okay, I thought you were about telling me you didn't have it anymore. I'd be like, dude.
No. I still have it.
I thought this was a long gone want it back.
No. Like for years, like I got this when I was maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And then a couple years ago, obviously I opened it to look inside, but the cards were in protective sleeves.
Okay.
There was a set of 5. There was Yoda. There was obviously Luke. There was Anakin as a Force Ghost.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and there was a special edition one that had the snow monster from Hoth.
I'm going to give you 15 seconds to remember what the hell it's called. Star Wars fan.
Shit.
Come on.
I'm drawing a blank here.
Come on.
I keep thinking of Bantha, but that ain't the fucking thing.
Nope, that's not a Bantha. Close.
Oh.
I
forget.
Wampa.
Wampa. Okay. Yeah. But it's when they went back and reshot a few things or added new things, and it's him, the full version of him.
Yeah, where he's walking in the cave.
Yeah. I had all of those, And then my ex-girlfriend at the time, one of her nephews somehow got a hold of it and opened up one of the cards. I was like, God, I wanted to cuss at him, but he's a little kid. And you can't really cuss at a little kid, especially one that's not yours.
Actually, that's the best one that you can cuss at.
I don't know.
Fuck you little bastard!
Oh yeah, it was bad.
You can't
I was
hit
livid.
kids that aren't yours. You could definitely cuss at kids that aren't yours.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize she was in the room again. I completely missed her coming in.
Yeah.
She's a ninja.
But But it was one of the things, like, I've had this protected since I was a child.
Yeah.
And it's in the hands of another child for 15 seconds.
You're not good at sharing.
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's funny though. I'm not gonna lie, that's funny.
Didn't feel funny.
No. You know what? I kind of wish I had my original Dragon Dagger back.
All right. Oh, she brought these in. I found these here for some reason, and again, kind of like with your story, no context to why they're here, how they got here, what they even were.
Yeah, because you're in your dad's old house, right?
Yeah. These little tins.
Ooh, Slave Leia, Jabba,
and Jabba.
Those are definitely gonna
another
be like
one.
re-releases.
It's
Han and Boba Fett.
Boba.
Those are cool.
Got one.
Yoda,
Count Dooku,
oh, okay.
and then Vader and Anakin.
Nice.
Now again, I asked my dad, what are they? I don't know. Where'd they come from? I have no idea. So I couldn't figure out what they were. I looked online. I couldn't find anything. So finally, I broke the seal off one of them to open it up. What it is
it a poster?
What they are? No, they're watches.
What?
Yeah, and they're like the kind of reversible kind. So if you want, like this one's got Darth Vader on one strap,
Yeah, you switch
Anakin
the
on the other.
bands.
Yeah.
Holy shit! And you have no idea where these came from. They're just in the house.
Yeah, they were just in the house.
Maybe they were Christmas presents that were never handed out.
I wash it up there.
Maybe.
Those would be perfect stocking stuff. I don't even remember those existing.
I don't either. Like I feel like they could have been like a Burger King toy or something, but
No, well, I don't know. Well, no, if it was Burger King or McDonald's, it would be stamped on there somewhere for sure. Wow, that's actually really cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's freaking weird.
Yeah.
What's the brand? What are they?
No, yep. Burger King.
Somebody collected, like, I wonder if there's other ones. Because there's no Luke, right? So there's got to be a Luke one somewhere.
There's supposed to be 6. And I don't have the first one for each trilogy. I don't have episode 1 or episode 4.
Each movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. So
And that annoys me more than anything.
So wait, is episode 1 the one that's missing?
Episode 1 and episode 4.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, episode 1 would probably be Jar Jar and Anakin. No, it'd probably be Anakin and what? It has to be it's kind of reversible, so one character of each side.
Yeah, well,
so that would be it would be Darth Maul and probably Qui-Gon, if I had to guess, right? For episode 1.
Well. Oh yeah, episode 1 would probably be.
It could be Qui-Gon and Darth Maul.
Yeah, or Obi-Wan and Darth Maul.
Possibly, but Obi-Wan wasn't that big in that movie.
Yeah.
But then for episode 4, it would definitely have to be
Luke
and Vader.
Yeah.
Because then it'd be 2 Vader ones. I don't know. Does it have it on the?
If I can get it out.
This is why completely unscripted shows are fun.
Oh yeah.
Because this would have never come up.
Okay. Yep. Episode 1, Obi-Wan and Darth Maul.
Okay.
Episode 4, Luke Skywalker and Stormtrooper.
Just a stormtrooper. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, stormtrooper.
Yeah, those are cool. Now you have to find the other two. Pay
I know,
$50
I
a
need the
piece.
complete set now.
You should look that up. See how much those are worth.
They probably would have been worth a lot more if it was a complete set and they weren't opened.
Hold on. I want to. Well, it depends on how sealed they were. I mean, were they sealed?
Yeah, like there's actually like a
Plastic. Oh, they actually have plastic.
plastic.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me look at this. Burger King Star Wars watches right there.
Yeah.
Oh, nope. You can buy the whole set for $17
Oh.
on one. Okay, this guy wants. It says rare Disney Burger King Star Wars set, $50 on Etsy. That's $75 for all of them. No, they're out there. They're for sure out there. That's cool. Not gonna lie, that's actually very cool. I bet you can get the two you're missing for a decent price though.
Probably.
I like the Boba Fett Han. That's actually a fun one.
Oh yeah.
But Leia was on there with
Jabba.
Jabba. I was like, I wanted to say Yoda, and I know it's not right because Leia never met Yoda.
And it's slave Leia, something you can't really find anymore.
Well, it's like everybody versus who they killed, kind of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Darth Vader and Anakin, and this Anakin is like, it looks like the dark version of Anakin once he's already turned.
I mean, technically speaking, Darth Vader did kill Anakin Skywalker.
From a certain point of view.
I just said Skywalker.
Get out.
Star Killer. Actually, no. Okay, well, let's think of that. Han almost, more or less, killed Boba Fett. When he was blind, he turned and hit him with the thing that sent him flying into the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
Luke probably killed Stormtrooper.
Or 2. Or 10.
Or 2, possibly. A few. When he blew up the Death Star, he killed God knows how many hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah. Now, didn't technically Boba Fett survive the Sarlacc pit?
Not in the movieverse. In the comics and books, he did. But he's the dumbass who managed to fall into the Sarlacc pit twice.
Really?
Yeah, he actually did. One way he got out was actually detonating a grenade, and his armor protected him enough, but he actually got him out.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Who else was it? It was Yoda and
Count Dooku.
Dooku. But actually, Dooku was killed by Anakin. But they did fight.
Yes, they did.
One of the best lightsaber fights in the whole series, if we're honest.
Yeah, the only time you actually saw Yoda move.
Hello. Revenge of the Sith.
I said one of the only times.
No, you said the.
Nope.
You said the. You said very matter-of-factly, the only time you saw.
No, I said one of, but see what happened. That's the only time you actually saw Yoda move.
That's the only time you actually saw Yoda move.
What probably happened was the audio cut out for a second.
No, see, the audio is fine. It's the video. It's video that keeps cutting out.
Nope. My video is fine.
It's just janky. Okay, so let's move on to the final question. We were on that tangent for a little while. Why do you do? Does your phone ever like vibrate when you pick it up? Because mine does. No. That's not the question. That's just like I pick it up and it's like, "Ooh, you picked me up." No, we're not doing anything.
It probably does that because you have it in a settings where like if you have a notification and you don't see it right away, you'll go and pick it up. Like, oh, I do have a reminder.
I don't know. It's because it does it like almost every single time I pick it up. Sorry, clearing notifications. I have a few. I like getting random phone calls from places I don't know who leave recordings. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pose the same question that the other Nick and I did, just because it's a fun one. Okay. It takes a minor bit of setup to get you in the right mindset. Okay, so the question, mind you, this is for both of us, but I can alter my answer from yesterday if I need to, because I had a little more time to think. The question was originally posed by one guy, and he said, what breakfast food would you consider to be your spirit animal? That was the original question. we altered it to be, okay, so assume that you're at a place that is a breakfast buffet. And you have a five-hole tray to load up. One big spot, 4 little spots. You're building your perfect breakfast buffet spirit animal. So you have anything and everything that you could find on a breakfast buffet.
Oh.
So build your perfect spirit animal breakfast buffet tray.
Okay. As a starter.
Yeah.
And okay. So, and this comes to mind because when I recently went to Charleston, I went to this brunch cafe called Farfalla. I think is what it was called.
Okay.
And as a starter, we got this fresh baked baguette with the dipping was whipped ricotta cheese with honey and a little bit of olive oil mixed in.
Yes.
It was delicious.
Okay. So on your little tray, where is that going to go? Because the position does matter. You got to think about these things.
Well, wherever the starter position is.
Well, you got to think it's just. Well, I mean, it's not set up that way. Imagine you just have like a lunch tray and you've got your little spots to put food in. You know what I'm talking about? Think like a military cafeteria style tray. Not like you're loading up plates. That's a different story. So this is where it really matters because you got 4 smaller holes and you got the 1 big hole to load up. I like where you're going. Though. That sounds yummy.
Oh yeah, that can be the smaller hole.
Okay, so just somewhere in one of the small 4.
It's a starter.
There you go.
Don't need to fill up on that. And let's see, this one, second one. I guess some.
Because now you got to think about your favorite breakfast foods and how to load them up in such a way.
Yeah.
You have limited space.
I want a 2 over medium eggs.
Okay.
Again, in a smaller spot.
Okay.
4 pieces. Because most places give you 2 slices, but cut in a triangle. So technically 4 of toast.
Well, it is a buffet. You can load up as much as you can in your tray.
Okay. Well,
think of it that way.
I don't care.
Yeah, think of it this way. So if you need bread, fucking pack as much bread as you can on there. I like how you already have bread with your baguette, but you're going for more toast.
Yeah, I like carbs.
Carbs are good. Carbs are the basis of breakfast, which is why we start running out of steam about 4 hours after breakfast.
Yep.
Anyways, continue. So you've got
number 4. Yeah. So far you get the baguette with the whipped ricotta cheese. You got the over medium eggs, toast. Let's see. What else do I love?
Now you do have a little bit of freedom to like put multiple things in one hole if you need. So you could put those eggs under or on top of the toast if you need to save some space.
I like to keep my food separate.
Okay. Hey, I'm offering you options.
Okay.
It's limited, but you can get creative.
Number 4 is going to be bacon. You'd think that'd be number 5 in the big slot, but no.
No.
Number 4 is just going to be a huge mountain of bacon.
As much bacon as can fit in that spot safely.
Yes.
How many bacons do you have?
Yes. That's my answer.
Just a minor side note, one of my favorite a cappella bands, Home Free, whenever they're doing live stage performances, they do a breakdown story time. And there was one where they were at a hotel buffet. And one of the guys, his name's Tim, he's hilarious and an amazing singer. He literally did that. He loaded all of the bacon he could onto a single plate and went up to the checkout. And mind you, the food is comped, so it's not like they're paying anything. And the lady actually asked him, "How many bacons do you have?" And like literally one thing, an actual count of the not referring. It's like I'd never heard it referred to as that. Like a strip of bacon, fine, but bacons. How many bacons do you have? How many bacons have you? 43. So as many bacons as can fit into the remaining small slot. Okay. So the ever and present main hole.
And then the big one.
Mine just
Toss up.
anything you can find.
Anything. So it has to be one thing.
Well, like I said, it's you can layer.
Okay.
You
I'm
got
gonna
the
want.
Because mind you, obviously this is going to be your important spot. So whatever you're going to eat the most of, this would be good.
Okay. Well then,
you're waffling.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'm gonna have on the bottom layer.
Okay.
Strawberry and cream cheese crepes. On top of that, strawberry and cream cheese stuffed French toast.
Double layer of the same thing, more or less.
Yes.
Now, wouldn't the French
I like
toast
a lot of sweets in the breakfast.
I get you. Yeah, because you only really got the bacon for savory.
Mm-hmm.
And the eggs, more or less savory. I mean, that. I'm not a fan, but I like where you're going with it. I mean, just the strawberries throw me off. Like, because I did mine just from my original one. The main part was just as much biscuits and gravy as you could possibly imagine fitting into that container. So all the
kind of gravy?
Sausage gravy, country sausage gravy. Because what the hell kind of person puts brown gravy on that? Now, mind you, no sausage in the gravy, just sausage gravy.
There you
go. I believe I had a pile of bacon, as many bacons as I could. Shit, now I got to remember all the things that I had. Funny thing is, I don't think I had any eggs, if I remember correctly. I know on one corner, because I said it's a buffet, and buffets always have a dessert tray, regardless of what time of day it is. So as much banana pudding as I could totally get in that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. With whipped cream topped on top. Oh, God, what was the other things? Huh?
I don't like whipped cream.
Okay. What was the... I can't remember what the other two holes were, to be totally... No, off the top of my head. Because the biscuits and gravy took a lot of things, but there was something I was like off to the side. Now, what other Nick did, he said he was going a really weird direction. Because if you can go real country and you can really get some of these things, he wanted brisket smothered in sausage gravy.
Why? Why would you earn perfectly good barbecue?
I don't know, but that's what he did. Mind you, no barbecue sauce. He just wants brisket and gravy. I went biscuits and gravy. He went briskets and gravy. Like, I would have understood, like, pulled, like, shredded. No, he wanted, like, the strips. I'm like, hey, it's your breakfast. Do whatever you want. And, of course, he had, like, fresh fruit and this, that, and the other. All this shit I'm not going to eat. I couldn't remember the other things. Like, I know, home-style potatoes. Originally, I was going hash browns, and I went, no, fuck that. Hash browns are stupid. They're a waste. I want country potatoes. I know what the other tray was. All the cube cheese I could fit. Like cheese cubes. I love cheese cubes. I will eat them all fucking day. So that was my breakfast platter. Any kind of cheddar, preferably sharp cheddar, or some good Kolby Jack. But I will suffer. I will suffer through some jalapeno jack or something like that.
I love pepper jack cheese.
Personally, I love white cheddar and dill, but a random, breakfast buffet is not going to have white cheddar dill, cheese cubes. They should.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Fuck yeah, it's a thing, dude. Actually, cubes that you can get them like fancy at either a good high-end Kroger or a good HEB. They'll have that in the cheese section. There's a espresso. There's espresso cheeses. So it's actually espresso encrusted, like a nice hard cheese. It's so good. Like Gouda. Something like that. I can't remember. But that's some good shit. I like my cheeses. Which, by the way, when you said the your whatever cheese, ricotta and honey and whatnot like that reminded me of when I used to hang out with my friends in Austin, and they would have a really nice brie, which is basically a liquid cheese in a thing, but you could have it with some really nice crackers and some honey, and it was like the best shit. So good. Same concept. Basically almost the same flavor profile as ricotta, except ricotta's got a little bit more goat milky flavor to it. Goat cheese is the shit, if I'm honest. Okay, but now I have
actually, no. No. I'm gonna change something because I just thought of it. I'm gonna take out the toast, and I'm gonna swap that in with shrimp and grits over crab cake.
Ooh, wait. Wow, this is a really eclectic. Okay, that's not gonna taste good with your strawberry cream cheese.
No, I don't care, but it's still delicious.
Okay, I mean, I get it. It's your spirit animal. It's your breakfast. Yeah. Your breakfast buffet spirit animal. But like,
don't judge me.
I'm not judging you, but really.
Well, they're separate. So.
Yeah, well, they're separate by a minor barrier of plastic.
Yeah.
hard neoprene. Now I have to reinvent my breakfast now. Even though that was the one I described to you is like basically what I would definitely do, for sure.
Mm.
But I'm in a different mood today, so my spirit animal might change. So I'm gonna go with. I'll have to figure out a main here in a minute, but I want like a buttload of like sausage links in like a small thing over here. So all the sausage links I can fit in there, like breakfast sausage, not just so we're clear. Because I love all sausage.
I bet you do.
Shut up. Which, by the way, I made an amazing. I did an amazing chicken bit on Nick yesterday.
Mm.
Just posing this question, if you've probably never thought about it, you probably assume that all the chicken you eat, breast or otherwise, is hens, right?
Sure.
You never thought about it though, right?
No.
But have you ever thought about the fact that all chickens are the same, just mildly different outer edges? So what are the odds that you're eating rooster?
Don't mess with me like that.
No, think about it though. So how many times in your life do you think you've eaten cock?
That's fucked up.
But isn't that a great bit? Isn't that a phenomenal bit?
Yeah.
But it's ask her that question though.
Yeah.
Not about the cock, but just
food.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We're almost done.
Okay.
But hey, bring up the idea though of what the
first
first part of that. Bring it up to her. Just put it out there and just wonder, because most people would probably assume we eat eggs, which come from hens. So we assume that the chicken we're eating, the chicken breasts, thighs, legs, all those things are probably from hens as well.
Mm.
The rooster is still a chicken, still made of almost exactly the same parts.
True.
So odds are you've probably eaten rooster, but never thought about it.
Yeah.
At Thanksgiving, you eat tom turkeys for the most part because that's almost exclusively what they kill for big turkeys. They're toms. They're big motherfuckers. Those are all male. So really, you're a cock gobbler on that one. It just writes itself. I don't even have to try. Anyways, reinventing my breakfast spirit animal mildly. Okay, so we got sausage links over here. I think I am going to go hash browns smothered in some Louisiana hot sauce and ketchup. Just get that shit all up in there. I need some decently scrambled eggs. Like, I don't like them to be too runny. Like, some people, like buffet style, they're usually like wet. I don't really like that. I want a little bit more solid than that.
Mm.
Did you get a notification there?
Yeah.
Never mind. So that's sausage, eggs. So that's like basic breakfast going around there, right?
Mm.
Then I think I'm gonna go with like some big ass Belgian waffles cut on a diagonal.
Any toppings on them?
Huh? Yeah, but my toppings are possibly a little bit different. I want to go with some cinnamon butter for one, because that's some good shit. But I want to throw in some curried chicken. Throw in some like chicken vindaloo on top of the waffles. Not generally on a breakfast buffet, but I think it'd be fucking good. You don't know. It might be an Indian breakfast buffet. Who the hell knows? I would do it. If you never had chicken vindaloo, have some. It's good shit. Get you some. Get you some. Indian food's surprisingly good.
She keeps wanting me to try Indian food. I'm like, eh.
It's good. Trust me. I got the wifey into it. And depending on what kind of buffet I'm at, probably a couple slices of pizza on the last little spot. Why not? Fuck it.
Cold pizza or reheated pizza?
Well, presumably it's left over from last night's dinner, so we're calling it reheated pizza from last night left over. So it's literally like you're sketchy, like, I don't really want anything out here today. And oh, look, hey, the pizza bar is open already at 9 a.m. I wonder if this is any good. No, that's actually been sitting under the heat lamp since 10 p.m., but go right ahead. So yeah, mildly reheated, cold, out all night pizza for breakfast. So yeah, definitely. Doesn't help that it's like dinner time, so we're actually hungry coming up with this. But now I really want to try chicken vindaloo and waffles.
Well, they already have chicken and waffles, so.
Yeah, so why not vindaloo that shit up? I'm going to do it. I'm going to give me some, like, the big-ass... well, actually, Nick made his own custom Belgian waffles in his thing. So, like, actually loaded up the dough. Like, he went full-on waffle bar. Like, they had the waffle maker. Like, so he's actually, like, throwing, like, bacon bits and stuff in the dough before he did it. So he was, like, going full-on chef mode on his breakfast buffet spirit animal. This is such a dumb concept, but, like, it's fun to talk about. Like, I've only got 5 spots. That's, like, the idea, like, oh... It's like, because it's not it's only the one tray. You can't go back and get more later.
You said it's a buffet.
But we're limiting it only to the thing, because otherwise, well, I'm just going to get whatever the fuck I want. I can get 7 plates. No.
True.
No. It's the one tray is your spirit animal. It's such a dumb question. But it's fun. But seriously, think about that the eating chicken thing. Pose it to other people.
Think about it.
Pose it to other people, and then if you can, if you actually manage the fluidity of think about how many cocks you've eaten in your life, just make sure you pull that joke out, especially with some of your guys at work. That'd be fun. Just tell them where you got it.
Okay.
It was a deep thought that turned into a great bit. But anyway, so that was a lot of fun and dumb at the same time. But that's the idea.
Oh yeah.
We don't need to be too serious here. Why not?
Nah.
But thanks for coming on and actually being a guinea pig, so to speak, here.
Oh, yeah, thanks for having me.
Which, by the way, in some countries they eat guinea pig. If you want to have some guinea pig on your spirit animal plate, you could do that.
I'm good.
But either way, so guys, this was the more or less the second trial episode of the SHOKY Nerdcast 1-on-1 here with good old GunplaFan15, Mr. Nicholas Schupp, and of course, go check out his channel. He doesn't really do much of anything at the moment, but you know he does when he can. He's a great builder, a fun nerd, and a good all around dude. And looks good in a pair of cargo shorts there.
Yep.
You couldn't hear me, but every time you got up, I was whistling. That's like I know he can't hear me. I'm gonna totally do this. I'm gonna leave it in too. Be like, boy, that boy can fill out those shorts. I'm walking.
That's almost as creepy as like, you got a pretty mouth.
You got a pretty mouth. Anyways, but guys, I'm not going to do all the normal spiel because this is a trial run. So that's just it. Like it if you do like it, whatever. I don't know how many people actually might see this in the future, but we're going to pretend that it's actually going to go out and be public for a while. So
yeah,
I'm just going to focus entirely on you there. It's focused on me now. Oh, that's terrible. Actually, the real fun is seeing how bad this actually comes across after going out to Hangouts, because Hangouts is garbage.
I don't know why we don't use Skype.
We'll try it next time.
Okay.
Because I don't remember if I have Skype on my computer or not. I'll have to figure out a Skype because I've got 2 other guys that I'm still going to guinea pig with, and of course they're going to be internet only, so I'll play with it here and there. Hangouts is convenient and inconvenient at the same time, but with only 2 of us, maybe it won't be that bad.
Yeah.
Because the last time we were doing this with Dennis completely across the fucking world, so lag is a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to stop broadcasting for now. So hope you guys have a great night, a great morning, whatever time of day it is for you. And, of course, remember, as always, to keep on nerding, to keep on building, and let's keep building this community together because it's filled with nerds like this. So
Gunpla is freedom.
No, it's not. Some people should have their freedom taken away.
Some should, yes.
Like Mitchell with his...
oh, God, no. We won't talk about that.
With his Gyonko hentai.